You narrated it perfectly, Deanna, that we now know how wide that ledge is, right? So when I got here, there was a guy right about at that ledge spot on the angled Berglund piece of machinery, and there was another one, obviously the one that needed rescued, down quite a bit lower at the right angle, or the end of the 45-degree angle. And here they come. They're walking back across. Count them. There's one, there's two there, so we're missing one. We have one left, but that is one person from the angled piece of machinery now going to the flat piece of machinery, and it looks like he's stepping back over, and he is now on that flat piece of machinery, assuming in a safe spot with the other two guys. There's two other guys on the Berglund piece that got hoisted up, that they hoisted up to that spot. Going to guess that that same guy with some sort of mechanism to strap himself in, some sort of harness, is now, you can see him walking left to right across your screen, going to go back to that same spot to get the other guy, which would then theoretically end this rescue and save that person who was on the angled spot. You can see him walking across there. I would say if the building's 11 stories tall, 175 feet, he's probably 160 feet in the air right now, strapped in. You can see a rope behind him. Gonna grab the other guy. I can see him just barely to the left of that Berglund sign as it flaps in the wind. You can see his bright green chartreuse shirt. And if you give it about, I would say 30 seconds, he's gonna step over the broken piece of machinery and then walk back across the ledge with the other guy. As the Milwaukee Fire Department, one still straddling, two others either guiding or looking over the edge here as they step out of that Berglund spot.
Now,
and,
James, as we wait
across
for
that ledge here, would be then back right to left across your screen.
Yeah, as we wait for them to walk back into the scaffolding that seems to be functioning as it should correctly, I do want to say that according to a Milwaukee County spokesperson, the workers at the courthouse were doing routine facade work at the top of the building. So the county has used these contractors in the past, and they've been there this week doing and completing the work on top of the Milwaukee County courthouse. County officials right now are trying to figure out what happened as we, of course, wait for details on what exactly is going down, but we're seeing this unfold.
This is really remarkable to watch because this is terrifying. I can't imagine being there, even watching from the ground as this rescue happens. And at the top right of your screen, you do see firefighters on scene. They're assisting with this rescue, but it's really remarkable to watch. You saw them come up from the ground up and try and walk over on that ledge to rescue that other worker. And that's what we're looking at now. It appears that they have that second worker. You're looking live at two people walking. What was that, James?
And I was just going to say, yeah, they're both walking back across, and now they're getting to that functioning piece of equipment. So that would be the last person. There was only two people on that angled piece of machinery. That would be the last person who is now in safety, and now that other rope coming over the top of the courthouse. But all four men safely on that Berglund piece of machinery, hanging properly, as it should, over the edge of the Milwaukee County Courthouse. Appears to be with no injuries at all. These guys are now safe and sound guys on a functioning piece of equipment.